Hello, I'm Carrie George, and I am going live today with Cibn Connect, and I'm going to be answering the common questions that we get about networking and about networking with Cibn Connect specifically. I have over 20 questions here that people commonly ask us about networking and about how we are any different from any other networking organization that is out there. So let's get down to it today. Let's talk about some of the questions that people ask. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these questions have to do with like how much time is it going to be and how much money is it going to cost and how much can I make and why would I want to do this and what's the difference between you and other organizations. So these are some of the things that we're going to talk about. And then there's a few other questions that we commonly get. I'm going to actually add to that as well. So let's talk about what's the FAQ? Give me the fast facts about why I should be networking, how it's any different, and what we can do differently for you. So let's get down to it. First question is, why should I? Why should I go out networking? And why should I go out networking online? Okay, so let's start with why network. Did you know that 80% of businesses fail in their first 5 years? And actually over 10 years, it's closer to 90%. Also, Forbes has done studies. Once they did a study where they actually interviewed over 7,000 business owners from a variety of industries across the United States, and they found that 80% of business owners do zero networking. Yes, so if you thought this wasn't important, that means you're in that 80%. The 80% that does no networking is the same 80% that fails. Hello? I can prove that actually through things through our system of what we've been doing for over a decade. And that has been consistently true. So one of the reasons you want to go networking is because you won't fail in business if you do. Why? Because we got all kinds of help within business networks. You meet people who do the job right the first time. You make less mistakes. There's dozens of reasons of why it is better when you're networking. But this is why you need to go out networking, is because you want to stay in business and you want to be profitable. So that's the bottom line. Anything that's going to make you be more profitable and stay in business is something that you should do. Now, does it work? Will it work for me is another question, because it's not just does it work, but will it work for me? Because I might be able to prove to you that networking works for other people, but some of you are going to be asking a question, will it work for me? And I have some advice there. If you want to just dip your toe in and find out if it works, the chances are it won't. It won't work. All you get is a wet toe, okay? If you want to fully immerse yourself in the water and really go for it, learn how to network properly, and use the proven system that we have, then yes, it will work for you. Now, I know some people will say, well, I don't know of anybody in my industry that has, made networking work. You know what? How many people in your industry do you know that have tried? Because we've met people from literally every industry that has made it work. And sometimes I had people say to me, it won't work in my industry. And they either didn't purchase a membership and didn't get started, or they quit early. And then somebody else came along in this exact same industry and they cleaned up. They made thousands and thousands of dollars from their networking. So I really believe it has everything to do with what you think. If you think it doesn't work, it won't work. If you think it will work and you actually do the steps to make it work, of course it will work, and we have the steps that'll help you to make it work. How much time is it going to take is a question that people ask all the time. How much time is networking going to take? Because there are two real things that business owners struggle with all the time. It's not enough time, not enough money. So how much time is it going to take for me? Because I need my time to make money, usually is how entrepreneurs think, right? Well, online networking is way better than in-person networking for that factor alone. And I actually was saying that since 2015. And we went live into online meetings in 2019. And this last couple of years, we've really proven the concept, because it is a quarter of the time, a quarter of the money, and 3 times the profit for anyone who participates in Cibn Connect today, going to the online meetings that are taking place all over the place. We've got them US-wide, Canada-wide. We have certain provinces that are covered in Canada really well. We have certain states where we've got quite a bit of activity going on. We've got stuff going on in the European network. So is it working for these people? Absolutely, or they wouldn't keep coming back month after month after month. And they are participating in this. How much time is it taking them? An hour, 1 hour a week. It used to be 3 to 4 hours a week just to belong to a network. Why? Because you had to get in your car and drive across town. And then you had to get there. And another question people ask us is, do you have to do volunteerism? Because that is, many organizations run their networking groups off of volunteerism. And there are networking groups out there that actually tell you when they sign you up to be part of the network, they will say, you have to obligate yourself to, and it'll be an hour a week, 2 hours a week. Some of them are 4 or 5 hours a week in making this network work. Well, at CIBN Connect, we've never done that. We don't have to do that. We have sponsors in the network that pay a higher ticket price. And because we have sponsors, we have staff, and our staff makes the network work. So we don't need our members to volunteer. So now when people say, well, do I have to volunteer to be part of this network? I would ask them, do you want to volunteer? Because I can find something to do for you if you want. But generally, we don't ask our members to volunteer. And if they do want to volunteer and they are paying member of CIBN Connect, we actually have a policy that we don't want you doing more than an hour a month, max 15 minutes a week. Okay, so very, very little volunteerism time if you want to. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just come in. The meeting starts at 4 o'clock. You're there at 3:59 and you leave at 4:01. You're done. You're back to work in your business immediately. It is amazing. And thank you, Catherine Kim Mullen, for your comment there. I dropped my notes. Love lives. You get to do everything's right on the spot like that. Okay, so another question that people ask is, who will be there? Who's going to be in these networking meetings? And you know what? There's going to be a variety of people in the networking meetings. There's going to be people from different industries. Each one of these networking meetings is going on at different times of the week. We have multiple networking meetings going on. When you join CIBN Connect, you don't have access to just one meeting. You have access to many meetings. And I know that Catherine Kim Mullen has been to many of our meetings, so she can speak to that. It is diverse. There is just so many people of different backgrounds, different flavors. It's just awesome. And we have all kinds of business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, salespeople, all kinds from all over. And they are an amazing, amazing group. And we've been having a lot of fun doing that. Okay, so another question that people will ask is, how much money will I make from networking? That's a very good question. How much money will you make from networking? Well, it really has a lot to do with the time that you put in, how well you ask for people to do business with you. There's some factors here. But one of the things at CIBN Connect is that we don't let you just languish out there and figure it out as you go. And geez, I don't know how I go to meetings and people don't book time with me. And maybe they book time with me, they don't buy from me. We don't let that go on, okay? Because we want you to be trained in how to network properly so that you get more from it. And we want you to have a really great story, a really great testimony. We want you to be around for the long term. We actually have the highest retention rates in our industry. So when people join CIBN, they tend to stay for a very long time. Sometimes when people quit, they come back, okay? Because they go out there and try to do it on their own again, and they realize, wow, I had it so much better at CIBN Connect, and they come back. And over the years, we've had many people return. Another thing that happens is somebody might sell their business or move from one industry into another, and they think, well, I don't need to do any networking right now. But what they end up doing is they come back again when they realize, geez, this new business that I'm in or this new opportunity that I am looking at, I still need that network. I need help with networking. I need the skill sets. And just like Kim is saying here, you get those skill sets in CIBN Connect. So it's amazing. And this is one of the things that we do for our business owners is we help them improve their skill sets. So how much money will you make from networking? Some people make a few $1,000s in their first year. I have seen people make as much as $150,000 from networking. I myself was one of the people who did that. When I started this networking business that I'm doing, in the beginning, I had a marketing business and I was going to networking meetings to learn how to, network properly, get the clients that I needed, get those warmed up referrals, And when I started going out and doing it and I got mentored to do that, in the first couple of years, I started bringing in $150,000 a year from networking. And I would say to you that if networking has not worked for you in the past, it's probably because you've never been mentored or showed how to network properly. So at Cibn Connect, we're going to show you how to do that, and we're going to assist you so that you get the best bang for your buck and get a good return on your investment as you join the network. So that's really important to us, that you have a great story. Okay, here's another one. Can you guarantee that? Can you guarantee my success? All right. I can guarantee what I'm going to do. I can't guarantee what you're going to do. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Okay. I am going to pour my heart out for you. I'm going to make sure that there's training available for you. I'm going to make sure that all the networking meetings run on time, that everything works really, really well, that it is a slick, well-oiled machine. I am going to make sure that every opportunity that you have to network, there is an opportunity to book a meeting from the meeting while the meeting is going on, even in our training events. I'm going to make sure that you have lots of possibilities. And if you're in the meetings, when I'm in the meetings or when my staff is in the meetings, we are going to actually try to connect you to the most obvious client or the most obvious collaborator that can bring you clients that's in that group. We do it all the time. That's my guarantee. Okay. Now, can I guarantee that's going to work for you? Well, if you don't show up, I can't guarantee anything. Okay. And you're guaranteeing your failure by not being there. All right. So if you want to be guaranteed of success, you pick a group that you can attend weekly and you come week after week after week and you go through our networking success path, and we will handhold you and help you to do that. And if you do that, you are going to have success. And every year that you do with us, you're going to have more and more success. And if you leave us and go somewhere else, you are going to actually take those skills with you. And it is going to be awesome. You're going to learn so much. And as Catherine Kim Mullins says, you feel welcomed. You're part of the community. They're there to help you succeed. And she also said to connect when you don't. And then she says, I'm not a partner. Thank you. She's so positive. You might be following along and thinking, she works for Cibn Connect. Carrie made her say that. No, I did not. Okay. Catherine Kim Mullen is a new member to Cibn, been with us for about 3 months. This is her experience that she has had already in the last 3 months. And we have many members who have had these experiences. By the way, you can go to Cibn TV. You can search that on YouTube. And you will see many testimonies from our members who will say very similar things. They had incredible experiences with this organization. So these are some of the questions I get asked all the time. Here's another one. I got asked this morning. I was in an online meeting with a couple who were looking at joining the network, and this was their concern. They said, I'm really no good at online things. I don't know if I can do this. And that is a legitimate concern. And it's a legitimate question is, can I, hit the buttons that I need to hit in social media and online marketing in order to be successful in online networking? If you were trying to do this on your own, Ed, that would be a task that might feel like really overwhelming. But at Cibn Connect, we help you with that, okay? We actually assist you with that. And it makes a really, really big difference when you are being handheld on how to do this kind of stuff. And I'll give you an example. Many people come to us and they say, well, I do understand what you're saying, that the LinkedIn profile would really help me if I met people in a meeting where I was talking to them and I did a one-on-one, and then I connected with them on LinkedIn. They would see me more often. I can see how that might lead to business for me. But I'm really no good at LinkedIn and I don't know what to do. And I have a profile. Like the fellow this morning said, I've had a profile there for 25 years or since LinkedIn was brand new, and I've never even put my picture in it. I don't have any information in there about myself. I don't even know how to use it. So CIBN Connect, one of the things that we do is we help our members figure out how to put a very nice profile together on LinkedIn in a way that will be profitable for you, so that as other members go to look at you, they can see you better and they can actually tell who you are in the community. So it's a really important step that we have all of our members do. And right now with our member special that we have on, if you purchase for a year up front, we actually will not only tell you what to do, we'll handhold you. We have one of our experts will actually meet with you and handhold you through that process. You see how that's different? That's really, it's a way that's going to make sure that you're going to get some value out of the network, okay? Even beyond the point of getting those warmed up referrals, which is one of the reasons why many people join a business network. Okay, so let's see what else. Another question people ask me is, are the people that I need for my target market, are they there at your CIBN Connect meetings? So let me answer that, because the answer to that is most likely yes, okay? And even if they're not in the room, the people who do business with them are in the room. And now this is an important thing to understand, because many people come to a business network and they're looking for the guy they want to meet, the one they want to do business with. They're looking for that guy, okay? And he might not be in the meeting. So then they're thinking that, well, this is no good for me. This is not, this is not helping me, because this is not the kind of people that I'm looking for. They're not in the meeting. So I want to tell you that the people that you're looking for, just because they're not in the meeting, doesn't mean that we don't have them in the network, number one. And it doesn't mean that people in the room don't know them. But they're not giving you their very best clients in the world if they don't know, like, and trust you. And they're not giving you their best friend. They're not giving you their mother, right? They're not going to refer their sister. They're not going to give you anyone if they don't know, like, and trust you. Now, many people have tried networking before and they thought that they were getting to know, like, and trust people, but they still weren't giving them the leads. Well, if there's a couple of reasons why that might not happen. Number one, you might think that they're getting to know, like, and trust you, but they're not feeling it. So we have some steps for that. We have a networking success path to help you figure that out, okay? Another thing is that maybe you're not asking in a clear enough way for the ask. Again, we have steps for that. One of the things that you get when you join the network right now is training. We've actually an event that we did last year called the Ultimate Networking Weekend, where we walked people through the training on how-tos on stuff like that. And it is now recorded in our back office in our CIBN video portal. And you have access to that training the instant that you join. It's a $1,497 course. So you get access to that immediately when you join the network, because we want to help you answer these questions right away, about who's your target market, how do I find them, how do I get them to book meetings with me, and then how do I close the sale? So training for that is all available at CIBN Connect. We don't just leave you out there trying to figure this out, okay? Here's another question. When people are talking about the target market, in fact, let me cover one more thing about that, because there's another one. I have people sometimes I meet and they will say to me, oh, Carrie, you don't understand. The person I'm looking for doesn't go out networking, okay? Maybe they're looking for a client that does like $1 million a year volume or something like that, or they have 20 computers in their office. And they're like, I don't see that guy at networking meetings. And you're right, he's not there. But that doesn't mean you can't get the lead there, okay? You can't get that person because he doesn't go to networking meetings. He may also be in the 80% of businesses that don't do networking. He doesn't know that he should, okay? Might be there. So how do you reach that guy? Well, somebody in the room, probably an accountant or a bookkeeper, does that guy's taxes. There's a lawyer that actually meets with those people and has them as clients. There is the printer and the promo guy that provide print and promo for them. Now, and also insurance agents. I know a lot of people, you want to brush off the insurance agents. You're thinking, oh, they just want to sell me insurance and they're also salesy and I don't want to talk to them. The guys that handle the group benefits plans, you know what? Those are $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million clients. Okay. Because they have to have a group in order for them to be able to sell them the group benefits plan. So anyone who has, a bunch of clients like that is an ideal person for you to get to know. And you don't have to find all their clients to get to know them. You have to get to know the person who has the clients first. And you have to win their heart that they know, like, and trust you. So they'll share that lead with you. And many people come into a networking group who say things like, well, you don't have the people that I'm looking for. They say it like that with an attitude. And the other people in the group pick that up and they go, you're sure full of yourself. And they won't give you anything because they don't like you. Remember, know, like, and trust you. Who likes somebody who does that? And a classic example is years ago when we were doing live in-person meetings, belly to belly at a restaurant. We started in an oil and gas town, and there was a guy that came in who was a big wig in a oil and gas company. And he actually tore me a strip off of me at the end of the meeting because he was seated next to a Tupperware lady. And just what a waste of his time this meeting was. And these people in this room were just not at the caliber of what he was looking for. And I just totally wasted his time. By the way, I bought him free dinner. That was a free lunch. It cost us about $30 a plate. And so this was the attitude he was giving me at the end. And I just looked at him and I said, that Tupperware lady, she's married to an oil and gas executive. High level, would be a perfect client for you, but she's not giving them to you because you treated her poorly. Have a nice day. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Sorry. Oh, I said that live on television. That's what I really think. Seriously, we can't have that kind of attitude. You don't know who people know, and you need to win them over. And so we show you how to win them over. You just got to come with the right attitude and say, you know what? I'm open. I want to learn. And I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I want to do business with other people, and I have a lot to give, and I'm looking to give and receive. You come with that kind of attitude and you take the training that we're offering, you're going to do really, really well. Okay. We see it over and over again. People doing really, really well in all kinds of industries. Now, here's another question people have. Do you have local connections for me? And you might ask, do you have local, regional, national, international? Because whatever it is that you sell, this might be important to you. And so let's cover the local one first. Do we have local connections for you? And you could be coming from anywhere in the United States, Canada, Europe right now. And you might say, well, I don't see that you have a lot of connections that are local to me. So I don't know if this is good for me because I have a brick and mortar and I really want to do business with people that are local to me. All right. You should ask, because in some cities we have a huge covering and lots of people already. So yes, we may have them. They may not be in the room, but again, many people from the room would know people in your city. So that's also a way that you would get them locally. Another thing is that we do a ton of training. For example, one of the things that we show our members how to do is how to message people one-on-one in Facebook and LinkedIn through connections that they make online that could be targeted exactly to your city. You won't learn that skill anywhere else. Okay. We teach that to our members at the base level. And if you're looking for people to meet locally, we can show you how to get those appointments, whether those people are in the room or not. So I would say it doesn't matter. And another thing I have noticed is I have a realtor sometimes will say, well, I only do business in Edmonton, Alberta. I do business in Raleigh, North Carolina. I only need people from that city because otherwise, I can only sell houses in that city. Well, here's the thing. As a realtor, when people move into your city, wouldn't you want to know they're moving to your city first? Think about that. If you're in a room where there are national people from across the nation and they know people that are moving to your city, you could ask them, that could be your weekly ask, who do you know that's moving to my city? This is my city. I'd like to meet them before they get here. I mean, that's a great ask, because if they know a realtor before they move to the city, who's selling them a house? Seriously, every realtor in the nation should be jumping on this, screaming, pushing each other over to get in as fast as they possibly can. Okay, this is easy business for you. So definitely, I mean, and that's just one example of one industry that should be just lining up by the thousands to get into CIBN Connect, because we can help you be the first person that somebody meets when they come into your city. You see how that works? So local, we have ways to help you local, even if we don't have the tribe local. And in many cases we do. So you should ask about that. What about regional connections? Absolutely. Same thing works regionally. Same things works nationally. Same thing works internationally. But we have a massive network, huge numbers in Canada, huge numbers in the United States. We have a growing network across Europe and Africa. If you're an early adopter from those parts of the world, you're going to be the go-to person that everybody's going to want to meet as they come in from those parts of the world. So you definitely want to get involved quickly and be part of that as this is blowing up and expanding. Another question I get lately, I've had ladies ask me, do you have a women's network? Yes, we're actually putting together and launching our women's network. Our group right now is co-ed. We have people that are men and women right across the world, everywhere. We used to be actually, I bought the boys network 12 years ago in one city, and we had like 95% men. Then we went to 40% women, and now we're at about 60% women across the network. And we are now going to launch a women's only group for those that want to join that group and be part of that. So, and joining a group like that doesn't mean that we just have a Facebook page. No, it will mean that we have regular networking meetings. We'll start with monthly that will turn to weekly. We will have a Facebook page. It will be one part of it. We'll put out a women's networking magazine. There'll be a variety of components that will make it a very cool networking opportunity, unlike anything that you've ever seen before, because that's who we are. That's what we do. We do networking 100% of the time and in a way you've never seen it. So, and it's very, very effective. Another question we have is, do you have special events like mixers and summits? And the answer is yes, yes, and yes. We have even more than that. We have an entrepreneur book club that runs every month. A lot of cool things like that. A lot of interesting and different events to keep bringing our network together and giving opportunities for guests to participate as well. Thousands of guests every year at CIBN Connect. Are there speaking opportunities? That's a question I've been getting lately. A lot of people looking for speaking opportunities, looking for podcasts that they can be on. And the answer is yes, we have speaking opportunities. We have events and meetings that you can actually take a small speaking opportunity in. Then we have bigger events every year where we involve our members. And those are much larger summits and stuff like that. And only members get to speak at those kinds of events. So yes, we have all kinds of opportunities. By the way, many of our members are speakers and authors, and they also have podcasts, and they're always looking for people to be a speaker on their podcast or for their summit or special event. You get to meet all kinds of people like that. And we have some very great connections in the speaking community. So for speakers and authors, we've got some really awesome opportunities for you. All right, what else do we have for questions? Okay, some people don't ask this question. They don't know that they can ask this question because they don't see it in other networks. But is there any training? Yes, 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 and yes. We train our members for free when they're a member, okay? They get to learn things like how to network better, how to use social media. We have a 7-day challenge to build 700 pieces of social media content that we run a few times a year. That is $2,000 worth of content. Yes, we have all of these training events, social media boot camp, goal setting that happens every 90 days. All of those things are included in networking with the CIBN. And okay, so now what is the cost? People ask that question. What's the cost? All right, I'm going to show you what the cost is. It's going to blow your mind. And it is not what you might be thinking, because with all of those courses, some of those courses are like $700, $1,400, $597. Okay. But at CIBN Connect, our regular membership is $77 a month. And it covers all of that and more. Really, really cool. Now, the portal is not always open. So it is open. If you're watching this today in January, 2022, okay, at the end of the month. It is open right now, and it's going to be closed before the month end, okay? So if you are interested in becoming a member, you should go to that link that is on the page in front of you, the cibn.com/memberships, and look this up and see what this current special is and get in now, because it's going to close right away. So $77 is the cost. What we have found is that we have now learned to do networking in a quarter of the time and a very small cost. That's a quarter or less of the cost that it used to be. All right. And you get 3 times the profit that we've ever seen in networking before. And I've been doing this for more than a decade. I've been doing it with people who network. Some of them, when I bought my first business network, had been there for 25 years already, and they're still with us today. So we have a history of networking. We have people who have been very effective at it as part of our business network. They were some of the people that mentored me on how to do it better. And they're still with us today. And you get all of that knowledge. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of knowledge. In fact, I've done a webinar where we actually added up what was the value of our basic level membership. And it's like worth $19,000 with all that training and everything that is available and all the different events and so on. So you can have it all for $77 a month, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, I'm just going to check the chat here because I know I had people that were commenting earlier. Lots of people. Awesome. So we have a lot of people that follow the network. By the way, I didn't even mention that. I did mention we have a lot of visitors, like thousands a year. And I mentioned that we have, members from all over the world, and that we probably have people from your community. What I did not mention is how many people follow us on social media. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people follow us on social media. And so we're always promoting things and our members. And when you follow us and you communicate back and forth in the chats and stuff like that on social media, the market is massive, okay? And we own some pretty big Facebook groups and stuff like that as well. And I also broadcast into some large Facebook groups like the Women Entrepreneurs Network with Haley Gray and other groups that are our big groups. So we're always putting those messages out. And I often bring members into the lives on Facebook with us with massive audiences of 75,000 to 100,000 people watching one broadcast. So that's another big bonus of being part of CIBN Connect. So how is CIBN different from other free events? Because in 2020, when everyone went online, there were a bunch of groups that popped up and said, we have networking for free, come and join us. And then they sucked up hours and hours of your life in volunteerism that you never got back. How did you like that? We didn't do that. We do have a cost of $77 a month, but you don't have to volunteer if you don't want to. And if you do want to, we won't let you do very much, because we've seen organizations like that come and take up all your time. And then your business doesn't grow because you're spending all of your time working on somebody's business network. You're working their business instead of yours. And I won't have it. I will not allow that to happen in our organization. I have seen that for years. Locally, we were a part of a network where we had people paid us back then $700 up front and $150 a month ongoing. And a lot of the money that came in went to food, because we were meeting in restaurants or we were meeting in hotel like conference centers, and meals had to be purchased in order to keep that meeting going. That's what the facilities, that's what they wanted as we would do this. It was a huge cost to our members. It was a huge cost to us. And we encountered another international business networking organization that also had very high fees. In fact, their fees were higher than ours. And still they wanted 2 to 5 hours a week from the members to volunteer. And in order to keep that going. So you're paying big fees and you had to give them your life. I never agreed with that. I think that's terrible. I think that is absolutely, I think you should run screaming away from something like that. Because if you're trying to run your business, it takes everything you got to get that business going. Nobody should be stealing your time like that. So I refuse to do it. We have built our network without using volunteers. This year, we have opened up opportunities for volunteerism, and we vet every volunteer. And the first thing that I want to know is if they are volunteering for anything else, because the answer is no, I won't let you. Okay? Because if you got a business that you're trying to run and you're doing too much volunteer time, you can't run your business. If you're paying us $77 a month, I also don't want more than an hour a month from you, maximum. Okay? And if you have some service or something that you would like to do for us in exchange, we might talk about that. But I'm really, really careful about that too. I got to watch that we're not taking time away from you. Okay? It's so important. You should guard your time like you guard your life. All right? And I'm going to help you guard it if you join Cibn Connect, because it's really, really critically important that you spend your time on your business, increasing the money that you make, increasing the value that you have, and creating a business and a lifestyle that will feed you every day, day after day. And that's what we want to see happen for you at Cibn Connect. What is the difference between Cibn Connect and other business networks, not just the free ones? But man, let me go back to the free one again. You get what you pay for. So if you're going to go out to free networking, you're usually going to come back with the results that networking doesn't work. And that's because you surrounded yourself with a bunch of poverty-minded people who don't give a rip about you. Okay? I'm just going to be flat out and tell you, they don't care about you. And they came for free. They're looking for free. And when you tried to sell them something from your business, of course, they ran in the other direction because they're freebie hunters. They're tire kickers. They're not real business people. Real business people know that marketing has a cost, and networking is part of your marketing budget. Okay? Real business owners know that. So you get to meet the 20% at Cibn Connect who are real business owners, instead of people out there who just don't even know how to run a business. That's a big difference. It's a huge difference. It'll make a massive difference in your life if you join an organization like Cibn Connect, where we actually give you some training and show you how it's done and surround you with others that have that interest. See how the difference that can make? Now, what's one more question here? I'm almost done. I guess two more. What is the difference between Cibn Connect and other networks that do charge money? Well, I think I've listed about 100 of them right now, okay? Because most of them don't have any of the training and all the additional special events. And many of them don't have the people who've been successful in networking, mentoring you along the way. And none of them have a networking success path. I've never heard that before, ever, from any of them. So we have a networking success path that takes you from zero to hero. It actually helps you figure out how to add 10,000 connections to your life, and many of them being face-to-face, belly-to-belly connections, as well as online connections, and really giving that value back to you so that you can actually grow your business with the target market that you're looking for that's very specific for what you are doing. Okay, last question people will ask, how do I get started? Or what happens if I click that button and I get started? So let's answer that. Okay, so you want to go to the cibn.com to get started. If you just even get that far, a pop-up will come up on the page and it'll say, the membership is open. Click the pop-up button. It'll take you right to the special. Okay, the special is only open for the next few days. If you're watching this video at some point in the future, I'm sorry, the portal is closed. Instead of that happening, you'll go to the membership page and you'll be given an opportunity to go on a waiting list. And that's where you'll have to wait until the portal opens. If you're watching this right now, grab it, because right now the special is awesome at $77 a month. That price will go up the next time it opens, which is going to be at least 6 months from now. All right, we only open it a couple of times a year. So jump on it, do it right away. You fill it out. As soon as you fill it out, as soon as you click send and you fill it out, in a few minutes, into your inbox is going to be an email from me saying, welcome to the network. And it's going to say, you get this and this and this. And what you have to do now is click on this button to go here. And then I'm going to send you another email, which is going to give you your next steps. And it's going to walk you through exactly what your next steps are. At some point, you're going to be given an opportunity to book a time or with Ted Grove, or he will actually reach out to you if you don't do it by phone and say, hey, let's book a time. And he's going to make sure that you know how to get into the CIBN portal, the video portal, so that you get access to all the pre-recorded courses that we have in there. There's about $6,000 worth of pre-recorded courses in there, which is amazing. You can have access to that instantly. And then it's also going to tell you what meetings are available for you, and it's going to help you pick one to get started. And then from there, you'll be able to start attending those meetings. If you have any questions at any time, there will be places to answer your questions. We have Facebook pages or groups where we let you ask questions. We also give you our numbers and stuff like that so that you can call us or text us, email us back. We want to get you started right away and get you having value from the network right away. So we have a great onboarding process. All you have to do is just click the button, fill out the form to say, yes, I want to join. Put your credit card in there for $77 a month. Or the special, by the way, if you pay up front for a year for $777, you get $149 off. So it's a huge savings. You also get a special pre-recorded course on how to do an infomercial. 4 different ways. You might think, well, I know how to do that. Do you? Because one of the ways I'm going to teach you how to do it is going to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. And it's going to make the hair stand up on the back of the neck of everyone who listens to you. So if you're not having that result, you want to take that little course, okay? The other thing is, on that special, there is this opportunity to have somebody sit down with you and go through your LinkedIn profile and make it really rock so that you get business from that. And we've had business owners land thousands of dollars in business deals within 3 weeks of having that done. So that's definitely a huge bonus. It's a $500 perk. It's called the LinkedIn audit, and you have opportunity to do that. So I want to just let you know right now, where you find everything is at thecibn.com. And you also can find us on YouTube at CIBN TV. If you've never seen me before and you have no idea who I am, go to CIBN TV. Look at some of the videos there. You should be able to see that we know what we're talking about. We know how to help you in networking. We know how to help you get things done. And we know a lot about social media. And it's all available for you when you join CIBN Connect. So find us at thecibn.com. Looking forward to doing business with you. I'm Carrie George. And you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Happy capitalism.